Honestly, I never thought it would get here. What didn't I think would get here? My fall trip, of course. The first day of fall is officially around the corner. And as always, I'm looking for my next adventure on my tab. On this week's episode of Tab Talk, I'm going to introduce the Rocky Road Tour. Stay tuned. Before I jump into telling you about my trip, I want to remind you I appreciate it when you hit the like button and subscribe to my videos. I was really excited about the thought of COVID subsiding and returning to Canada this year. But as we all know, COVID made a strong comeback and my plans were thrown into question. By late summer, it became obvious that it wasn't a great idea to try to plan a trip to Canada, at least in September. Yes, the border's open again, but it doesn't seem like it's easy to move to and from Canada from the United States yet. In addition, some of the places that I was eager to visit in Glacier National Park remained inaccessible to me. The campground at St. Mary closed. Many Glacier is going to be inaccessible during the period of time when I'm going to visit due to road construction. And so I decided it really wasn't the best year to go back to Canada. So I thought, this seems like a great time to go to Idaho. I really did want to go to Idaho last year, but the smoke prevented me from doing so. In just a few hours after deciding to go to Idaho, it seemed like the whole state caught on fire. There were wildfires all over Idaho and Montana, and I monitored that activity throughout the summer. Although there was some relief in August, wildfires have resumed, and so Idaho and Montana were off the list too. You might be wondering, why not just stay on the East Coast? Well, as beautiful as the Appalachian Mountains are, they really aren't the same as the Rocky Mountains. And the foliage can be risky. Some years it's great, some years it's not. The other thing is, the foliage doesn't all change at once. It's unusual to have an entire mountainside covered in bright colored leaves like you would in the Rocky Mountain region. So I decided it's back to Colorado. And as much as I love Colorado, I have to admit, I was a little disappointed because I was ready for a new adventure. And so when all my favorite plans were canceled, I decided it was time to get creative. Thus was born the Rocky Road Tour. I know what you're thinking. This is all about Rocky. And you may be partly right. My dog Rocky does play a big part in my trip planning. I like to think of where I'm taking him and whether he'll enjoy it or not. And although his birthday does happen to fall during my trip, he isn't the primary reason for the Rocky Road show. It's because so much of my trip revolves around a rocky road. Along the way, I'll encounter home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio, the Rocky Mountains. I'll see amazing rock formations in the Southwest, and I'll end up in Tennessee, where we all know their favorite song is Rocky Top. So stay tuned and join me on this adventure. How could I make this return trip to Colorado different from previous trips? Well, first of all, it's going to be different because I'm bringing a new friend. My friend Gina and her new clamshell, Sweet Mama, are going to meet me in Colorado, and we're hopefully going to try some boondocking. Gina's never really done boondocking, and so I'm going to show her the lay of the land if we can get some great boondocking sites. I'm really excited to have Gina joining me for part of this trip. I think it's going to be a great adventure, and you'll find that Gina and I have very different styles and approaches. I can't wait for you to meet her. Here's where you come in. I'd like you to help me with my videos. How? Let me know what you're interested in. If it's about boondocking, planning a trip, going across country, what I do to prepare to go, or even just about what I do to prepare for photography. I'd love to know what's on your mind, so drop those questions in the comments below the video. Now, if you want to follow along in real time, I suggest Instagram posts as being one of the best ways that you can do that. If you're interested in seeing higher quality versions of my photos, then Facebook might be the better mode. YouTube is always a great place to catch my videos, and I've recently joined TikTok as well. The links to all these social media channels are in the description below the video. One of the things I'm really excited about for this trip is my collaboration with Mark Wahlberg, Airstream and RV. One reason I'm excited about the collaboration with Mark Wahlberg is because when I picked up Maddie Ross, I worked with Hamilton at Mark Wahlberg and couldn't have had a better experience. Hamilton really knows the tab. You hear a lot of stories about RV salespeople who don't know tabs, but Hamilton really does. And I found him to be a quality person all around. As a matter of fact, when I was at nuCamp this year, I looked up and from a distance, I saw Hamilton taxiing people around on a golf cart. He's that kind of guy that just pitches in and helps, and he's there for his customers. So if you're in the market for a new RV, give Hamilton at Mark Wahlberg Airstream a call. If you're like me, you're always looking forward to and starting to plan and save ideas for your next camping trip. And I hope this video has inspired you with some ideas of your own. Where are you planning to go for your next trip? And what are you doing to prepare already? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.